I think that there's a thing, and I know that like, a lot of our audience they hate when we go racial with it, but I think there's a thing where you get these average type of white dudes where it's easy for you to just keep them in that position because we're going to talk about Dana White next. It's easy for these dudes that like have a certain type of exterior. I'll say it that way, so we don't get too racial. There's a difference between the exteriors, right? So it's like Dana White is caught on camera, bruh, on camera on a holiday, fucking slapping the shit out of his wife, and they covered that story up. I'm like, I haven't seen anything.
Dude,
obviously we've seen the clips
it's like
floating, but
the cover-up's intense, man. When the Ray Rice shit went down, I can't tell you how many times I saw the punches, dude. Like, I swear to God. First time I saw it, my jaw dropped. But like
Jay-Z and Solange, like we seen that.
Oh
moment.
my God. When anything happens to a black athlete, black entertainer, that shit is every fucking where.
It doesn't even have to be caught
Everywhere.
on camera. If it's an accusation, they gonna talk about that shit and blow it the fuck up. One of the things that we said, a little critical thinking here, one of the things we said just that connects is a little bit of an equivalent is, if you guys remember a couple months back in, I think that was like November, maybe, Kyrie Irving had his situation, right? Where he said all that anti-Semitic shit. And then in the NBA, they made sure that they were asking all of the top athletes, right? But the ones that we saw speaking the most vocal, the clips that we saw being shared the most were from black athletes, not from Jewish athletes, not from the people that he accosted, but just from his peers. But we're mainly black athletes, right? And so LeBron James, when the Jerry Jones situation happens, if you guys remember that, because that's kind of the similar topic. The Jerry Jones situation was covered for a little bit of time. You know what I mean? If you guys remember, it was covered for like a week, maybe.
And that had
They
much
some
more coverage, I
conversations.
said, than Dana.
Definitely. But the level that it was covered amongst his peers was not the same. Why aren't you guys asking the peers? Why aren't you guys asking the NFL owners what they think about Jerry Jones? You see what I'm saying? So you see things like the Dana White situation happen, and if you put any other person in his shoes, and I wanted to say, if you were to put, like, for example, like a Magic Johnson when he was an owner of the Dodgers, if you were to put any other owner, any other black owner, or a person of color who happens to be an owner in that situation, because of their exterior, I just feel like it's going to be handled differently. That's just my personal opinion.
And I agree. And we're not going to get too deep. We already know you guys going to be in the comments. You made it racial. Why'd you make it about race?
They don't like when we go racy. But
and my thing about that is
critical
like,
thinking.
We live in a country that was literally built on race, and it wasn't black folks who built it on race. But now you guys are crying when we point out a legacy of this nonsense going on. You guys want to cry about us making it racial, and y'all made it racial first, and you still make it racial. But we're not going
to put a little thought behind it.